Good morning. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. My name is Erica. I am the CEO and founder of Yarn and Beyond, crochet clothing and accessories for plus size women. Yes, I am very much congested. I really don't feel good, but that stops nothing. Okay. So, we're working on upgrading my wardrobe. That's what we're doing right now, which I'm gonna turn into a collection at some point. Right, okay. So right now I seen something on SHEIN that I really like, but I don't support fast fashion when it's like comes to their knit slash crochet items because there's no such thing as a crochet machine and I know I can make it myself. So this is what I have right now. Let me show y'all. This is literally like the waistband of a skirt, and I'm coming down on it now. I have all the colors that I'm using in my purse, which is mad funny, because I carry around like a carry-on, pretty much. Sorry, y'all. Let me show y'all. Because this is funny to me. This is pretty much a carry-on, and I recently got it when I was in Jamaica. So I was like, oh, that's cute. And the lady was like, oh, this is a carry-on. I was like, no, that's going to be for me to carry my yarn. That's what it's going to be for. Yep. So I'm going to continue working on this skirt. I'm going to show y'all my inspiration. It's like, it was some shorts on SHEIN. And SHEIN, I call it SHEIN. There was some shorts on there. And they was ruffles. They was different colors. And I was like, ooh, those is cute, but I would rather make it a skirt. And it's funny because only the front has ruffles in it and the back is just like plain. So I'm like, you know what? I can make that into a skirt, but I'll probably ruffle the whole thing. It's almost like those bloomers, the bloomer shorts, but it's not the bloomer shorts. So yeah, I'm gonna make like a quote unquote bloomer skirt, pretty much. Let's see how far I get today. This is where we at. Remember, this is where we at. I gotta take 2 buses right now to get her to camp and then take a third bus to go to work. I'm probably not gonna do that. Most likely I'm gonna take an Uber to drop her off to camp and then I'll get on a bus and go to work. And then, yeah. So I'll touch bases with y'all because I just talked for 5 minutes straight and that's woo. So I'll touch bases with y'all in a little while and show y'all my progress. Hey y'all, so let me show y'all my progress from yesterday. This is where we at. Actually, I added the red today, this morning. Um, yeah, as y'all can see, I'm home on a Friday. I'm supposed to be at work. However, yesterday I had to want to go on urgent care. Let me tell you what happened. So I was on a bus after I dropped my daughter off, right? Because I take her to camp. After I drop her off, I get on the bus and everything's going fine. After while I'm on the bus, he stops, like he slams on the brakes. So I was sitting down in the back, and where the seat is a pole, and where like when he stepped on the brakes, I was like launched into the pole. So my arm and my leg slammed into that shit, like boom. So I was like, I didn't really feel anything right then and there. I felt like, a little, but because of the adrenaline, you don't really feel the pain. Cool. I get to work. I'm like, damn, I'm sore, like I'm hurting. And on top of that, my legs was swelling. Like I wasn't really too concerned about that because I know they swell sometimes on and off, especially if you're sitting for long periods of time, like I do. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to go to urgent care just to make sure, like, I didn't break anything or fracture anything. I knew it wasn't broken because I was still able to move it, but it was sore. So I'm like, let me just make sure it's not fractured. Cool, right? Mind you, one of my coworkers was on the bus, and I didn't even see her on the bus. She was in the front, I was in the back, and she was like, she fell on the floor. Mad people fell to the floor. Bus driver didn't say, "Hey, are you okay?" He didn't say, "Oh, I slammed on the brakes because somebody ran in front of the bus." There was a car. He didn't say nothing. This nigga was sitting on the bus, laid back like this. After all of that, people screaming and everything on the bus. He kept going and put the bus out of service. Nothing. Cool, no problem. Right? So after I go to urgent care, I let them look at my arm. I tell them about my congestion because I'm congested. While since I'm here, let me just get everything all out. So, and I tell them about, and I show them my feet. They do like a chest X-ray. They rule out like COVID, the flu, strep throat, all of that. They rule all that out. But she like, you have a post nasal drip, and also I need you to go to the emergency room because the way your legs are swelling is not normal. Like, you need to go get that checked out. We need to make sure you have good circulation and everything because it's a problem when it makes sure there's no blood clots or anything. Cool, right? I'm supposed to be crocheting. I'm just running my mouth. So I get to the emergency room at 1:30. I'm sitting in the emergency room all day. Well, not necessarily all day, but they got me to the back pretty quickly. Like they did my chest X-ray and they did my Doppler test, which is the basically the sonogram they do on your legs. Um, they did that, and they also took like blood. They did blood work and all of that. Cool, right? They did all of this before 5. So he cut the PA. He come back in the room. And he like, oh well, they see something on in your blood work, so you got to do like a CT scan. So I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Mind you, they got this IV in my arm, or whatever the case may be. At this time, it's like 6:30. I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day. My coworker brought me lunch, but I mean, she brought me breakfast. But by the time she got to me, I was already at urgent care. So I'm like, okay, I brought my food with me, but it was French toast, eggs, and bacon. It was cold. So I'm like, damn, I'm starving. I tell the guy I'm hungry. He came back with a sheet and he brought me like hospital food, but it wasn't bad. It was like a chicken salad sandwich. It was good. It was delicious because I was starving. It was delicious. Okay. So after that, I'm still sitting there. I'm still sitting there around like 8 o'clock, not even 8. Yeah, around like 8:45. He was like, oh, okay, well, they're going to, transportation gonna come get you and take you to do the CT scan. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. 9 o'clock, he came back. He was like, you know what? I'm just going to take you myself. So he took me over there. I did the CT scan. I came back. He came and brought me back, and then he was like, okay, let them look at your results, and then we'll determine if you could be discharged or not. So I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. He was like, they don't see the blood clot, near your lungs or your heart, so you're good to go. Do follow up with your PCP and everything like that. And they gave me some medications or whatever because I got rhinovirus. Yay me. But, rhinovirus is really like a cold, upper respiratory infection, things like that. So there's that. Um, so yeah, that was my day yesterday. And that's why I haven't, I feel like I got more done on my skirt than I would have if I would have stayed at work. Why? Because while I was in the waiting room, the emergency room, I was crocheting. And normally at that time, I would have been at work, like I would have been working, so I wouldn't have been able to crochet. And then when I came home, I didn't crochet last night because my arm was hurting. And also, I was just tired. So that's what I'm doing. I'm off of work until Tuesday. So another little 5 days off after my vacation. Crazy, right? crazy. It's just so crazy. I think it has to be something in the airport because my coworker, she went to Puerto Rico like 2 weeks ago. She came back, and when she got back here, her girlfriend was sick and she was sick, so that's strange. Then me and my girlfriend just went to Jamaica. When we came back on Saturday, I got sick, and I'm just like, you know, it's just crazy. So I don't know. That's just my little theory. But I don't know if it's, I don't want to say it's necessarily in the airport. It was mad people coughing and sneezing and all that all over the plane. And nobody's wearing a mask anymore. Like, they still need to be mandated in places like airplanes and things like that because, or if you got a cold, if you got a sneeze or whatever, wear your mask. People just be sneezing all out and coughing all out. They need to stop that. But enough of me talking because I talked for like 10 minutes just now. So, yeah, like my cat? It's cute, right? So, I'm gonna finish the red. I'm doing 6 rows of each color. So, I could do maybe 2 or 3 rows of ruffles. I might do two, maybe 2 rows of ruffles, but I'm doing 6 rows of double crochet for each color. So, we're gonna see how far that gets me. Okay. That's what I'm doing today. I do gotta go out and get my meds, and then I gotta go get my baby from her father. So yeah, I'll check back in with y'all later. Bye. Hey y'all, hey. Um, so a few things. I crocheted a fairly decent amount today. I'm getting ready to go lay down because I'm tired. But I wanted to show y'all what I did because I did put a piece of elastic in the waistband. So let me give y'all a close up. Hold on. So right here we have the skirt. So far I put the piece of elastic in it. I am adding orange. As you can see, don't mind the seam that's gonna get covered. That is not a great seam right there. But anyway, um I'm adding orange. So I did 6 rows of each. Um and I did do a back loop only waistband. I put the piece of elastic in the waistband, so I did it tall and then I just folded it over. But ooh, I'm out of breath. That's because I'm kind of sick and congested. So anyway, um, that's what I did. I folded that over, but I did 6 rows of white, 6 rows of red, 6 rows of yellow, 6 rows of blue. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 4 rows of orange, and then I'm gonna do a few rows of ruffles with the orange. So I'm gonna do 4 regular rows of double crochet in orange, and then I'll do a row of um 3 in each stitch, then a regular row, then a row of 2 in each stitch, then a regular row, so forth and so on until it gets like maybe here and wider. But yeah, this is where we're ending off the night. So we'll do this and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.
You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move. You make me move. You got it all inside of you.
Oh, hey y'all. I finished my skirt. It's super cute. I just gotta weave in a few ends. But let me show y'all. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So this is the skirt. I think it's super cute. I really like it. I only did 3 rows of ruffles because I didn't want it too heavy as I was making, and I felt like it was getting too heavy. So I just left it at that. I think it's really, really cute. I don't know what to make with it because I'm a set type of girl. So I don't know if I should make a top, or I was gonna make a hat. I was gonna make like a ruffle beanie, but the way that my hair is set up, right? A ruffle hat is not gonna be, it's not gonna work. Now I could make a ruffle hat and open it at the top, like put 2 pom-pom holes, but I feel like that might be a bit much. Also, oh my scalp was itching. Also, I might just make scrunchies. I might just make 2 scrunchies to wrap around my little buns up there. Maybe. I could also make a bag too, cause I love a good bag. But I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. Them are my snacks. I was over here snacking while I was finishing up my skirt. But it is again super cute. I'm thinking about making a pattern for it and putting it on my Etsy shop. So y'all let me know if y'all want a pattern and what else I should make. This is where I'm ending this video. I hope y'all liked it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what I should make next. And I'll see y'all soon.